Harper Audio presents Up in Honey's Room by Elmore Leonard, performed by Arliss Howard. Copyright 2007 by Elmore Leonard, Inc. Production copyright 2007 by HarperCollins Publishers. Honey phoned her sister-in-law Muriel, still living in Harlan County, Kentucky, to tell her she'd left Walter Schoen, calling him Walter, and was on her way to being Honey Deal again. She said to Muriel, "I honestly thought I could turn him around, but the man still acts like a Nazi. I couldn't budge him." "You walked out?" Muriel said. "Just like that?" "I've walked out," Honey said. "I'm free as a bird. You know what else? I won't have to do my roots every 2 weeks. Dumb me, I spent a whole year wanting him to think I'm a natural blonde." "He couldn't tell other ways you aren't?" Any time Walter wanted some, he'd turn out the light before taking off his pajamas. He was self-conscious about being skinny, his ribs showing, so it was always pitch dark when we did it. He said American food, all it did was give him gas. I had to learn to cook German, big, heavy dinners, sauerbraten with red cabbage, bratwurst. For the first time in my life, I had to watch my weight. Walter didn't gain at all. He still passed gas, only now it was okay. It was German gas. He'd cut one, aiming his finger at me like it's a gun. I'd have to pretend I was shot. And fall down? If I was near the sofa, or stumble around holding where I was shot. The first time I did it on my own, acting goofy. But then every time he cut one and I heard it, I had to pretend I was shot. You and hubby having fun. Except he never laughed or even smiled. I'd see him aiming at me. Honey let a moment of silence go by. "Tell me how my brother's doing. Is he working?" "He's back in jail. Darcy got in a fight he swears he didn't start. Broke his foreman's jaw and it violated his parole. Darcy has to finish the sentence he got for making moonshine and do time for assault. He's working in the kitchen as a butcher, making 5 cents an hour while I'm trying to live on tips." Muriel's voice turned pouty, saying, "What do I have to do, get you boys to have another round? Here's these hotshots with coal dust in their pores saying things like, 'How about showing us your goodies?' I roll my eyes and act cute. It's worth about $1.50. But hey, I want to hear about your situation. Walter hit you and it woke you up, or what? You were only married to him about a year." "1 year to the day I walked out," Honey said. "November the 9th. I brought him a plate of Limburger and crackers. He won't eat American cheese. Walter's sitting by the radio, the volume turned up. I said, 'You happen to know what anniversary today is?' He's listening to the news, the German army going through Poland like rhubarb through a tall woman. France is next, and England's getting ready. I asked him again, 'Walter, you happen to recall what anniversary falls on November the 9th? It was like I lit his fuse. He yells at me, "Blutzeuge, the Nazi Day of Blood, idiot!" He's talking about the day Hitler started his takeover in 1923 that didn't work and he ended up in prison. But that date, the 9th of November, became a Nazi holy day. It's why he picked it for our wedding. The Day of Blood. Only Walter called it the Night of Blood, as we're going to bed together for the first time. I let him think I was still a virgin, 25 years old. He climbed on top, and it was like a 1-minute blitzkrieg, start to finish. He never asked if I was okay or checked the sheet. He was through. Anyway, I said to Walter, standing by the radio with his cheese and crackers, "Dumb me, I thought you'd remember the 9th as our wedding anniversary." He didn't bother to look up. He waved his hand at me to get away, stop bothering him. I took that as my cue and walked out. Muriel said, "You didn't hit him over the head with a cheese plate?" I thought about it, but went upstairs and took $1,200, half the money he kept stuck away in that bedroom closet. He didn't think I knew about it. "Is he on the lookout for you?" "Why, 'cause he misses me. We had so much fun together." She told Muriel now that she wasn't keeping house for the Kaiser. She had an apartment in Highland Park and was back at J.L. Hudson's doing what she called tit work, fitting brassieres on big foreign women who'd come here to work. Some of 'em you'd have to hold your breath or they'll BO and knock you unconscious. She told Muriel she ought to come to Detroit and stay
Sample complete. Ready to continue?